Hey guys, I'm Jason, and welcome to the 3Nines Technologies podcast, episode number 2. Today, we're going to be continuing our series on cybersecurity, and we're talking about the different levels of security that your business can implement. Today, we're specifically talking about MFA, or multi-factor authentication. I've asked Jeremy Brewer, one of our directors of engineering here at 3Nines, to jump in and help us learn more about MFA. We're going to be talking about what it is, what it can protect, what type of attacks it can help prevent against, as well as ease of use, because most people don't like using two-factor or multi-factor authentication because they think it's just a pain. So we're going to address that as well. All right, guys, get ready. Here we go. Hey, Jeremy, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for being here as one of our directors of engineering. I know that you're crazy busy, but thank you for talking about MFA with us today, multi-factor authentication. Jeremy, tell us, what is MFA? Let's start there.
Like you said, it's multi-factor authentication. So that means it's more than just your password. So the factors can be something you know, which is your password or passcode, and something you have, which typically is a mobile phone or hardware token. It could be something you are, which is like a fingerprint biometric.
You're telling me it's just another level above a password. Why should we have it?
Sure. Well, it's most commonly used and recommended for email, but it can support a lot of other applications and devices. But basically, if an attacker gets your passcode, then they can't sign in because they don't have your phone, they don't have your fingerprint.
Okay, so no matter what, even if they have your login credentials, your email address, your password, they could have bought it off of the dark web, or they could be trying to hack, they're still not going to be able to get into your system.
Correct.
Awesome. So what type of applications is MFA a good padlock for? Because that's kind of what MFA is. It's like a padlock on a application or software. So where should somebody use it?
Primarily email. That's what's most attacked these days. Phishing campaigns are getting worse every year, where an attacker will send you an email from one of your contacts. Like if they already have access to one of your contacts' email accounts, it will come directly from that contact. It will bypass all security measures. It'll have their normal signature and company letterhead. They may be sending you a file with the link to download a SharePoint document, and then you go sign in, and they may have a phishing site that looks just like SharePoint. You enter your credentials, and now they have your credentials.
Oh man!
But if you have multi-factor authentication, the attack would stop there. They wouldn't be able to broadcast the same phishing attack out to all your contacts, asking for banking information, all sorts of bad things that they could do because they don't have your phone, they don't have your hardware token or your fingerprint. So that would stop the attack.
Yeah, that's great, Jeremy. What about, real world application, since COVID, I know we're a little bit out of COVID, but so many businesses have continued to adopt the model of working from home or working remotely. What about VPN access? Or how does MFA help protect VPNs?
Yes, that's a great point, because VPNs basically, no matter where you are, they plug your computer directly into your corporate network. So it is a very big security concern. We recommend Duo multi-factor authentication. It works with Cisco and FortiClient VPN. So every time you sign in to your VPN client on your computer, you'll get challenged from MFA, which is an alert on your phone or a hardware token key that you enter in before it lets you connect.
I think it's so important to understand, like, if you're at home and you're working on a computer that, your kids have been on downloading miscellaneous things, there could be any sort of malware on there, keyloggers, other types of malware. And all you're really doing is creating a super highway right back to your office network and your IT environment. You just open the whole gates. And so protecting that VPN with a multi-factor authentication, MFA, is highly, highly, highly recommended. Jeremy, a lot of people will not want to dive into or implement MFA due to the hassle of having to do it over and over again. Can you kind of talk to that and maybe even show us how Duo makes it easy?
Sure. Sure. Yeah, we get that a lot. But once we get people set up and going, they end up loving it. So I'll show you an example real quick. I'm going to log into webmail.
Awesome.
Okay. I just press enter. It just takes 1 to 2 seconds. And then you get an alert on your phone and from Duo, and you can just hit approve or deny. And it will tell you information like your IP address, where it's coming from, what you're trying to log into. So if you get one of those alerts when you're not trying to log into something, you know, of course, would deny that. But it logs this on the back end, and we can help you and look through the logs so we can see someone may have your password. It may be a good time to change your password. So I'll just click approve here. It says approved. And now I'm in the website. I'm into webmail.
That took you like just a few seconds.
Yep, like 1 to 2 seconds. It also has a rolling passcode, and it can send SMS text messages. But the Duo app is the easiest because it's just one button press.
Okay, so what happens if they have a work environment where there's not a company cell phone and they don't want to, they don't want to put a work application on their personal device? How does Duo solve that problem?
Yep, either through SMS text messaging, it can do a phone call, but we recommend hardware tokens. They're a little keychain device. Sorry, I don't have one to show you right now. And it just has a rolling 6-digit passcode on it that changes every 30 seconds. So they log in, and they check their keychain device, they type in the 6 digits, and that's all.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And even going with, now I'm going to go a little hacker, Mr. Robot, but a rolling 6-digit token seems a lot more secure to me because there's a big attack that goes around stealing SIM cards for cell phones. And that's one way around multi-factor authentication.
Yeah.
And so going with a hardware token like that is even that much more secure, right?
Yes.
Well, Jeremy, is there anything else that we need to know about MFA?
We don't only recommend email and VPN, but computer login. So it can protect your Windows computers, your Macs, Windows servers. And that's also a question we're starting to see on cybersecurity insurance questionnaires. So, is your email protected? Is your all remote access protected with MFA? And now they're asking, is your Windows login, is your computer login protected? So it's getting more important, and there's lots of ways to set it up. But again, to the hassle factor, you can have it set where you only have to authenticate one time per day. And then, of course, if your machine changes networks, say a laptop's stolen and they try to log in from another network, then it will prompt again at that point. Or if the machine gets rebooted, it will prompt again. So it adds a lot of security just to the Windows login itself.
Yeah, and we get a lot of requests for cybersecurity insurance applications and other things, and that's always on the list. Is kind of like a security standard now across the board. So,
yep.
Well, Jeremy, hey, I know you're busy, so once again, thank you so much for joining us today. I think you've really shined a lot of light on what MFA or multi-factor authentication is, and really how it can be used and why it's beneficial for a company. So, I do appreciate it.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, see you, Jeremy.
Bye.
Thanks so much for joining us on today's podcast. If you do have any comments, questions, concerns regarding multi-factor authentication and being able to apply it to your business and your specific security needs, reach out to us. Give us a call at 405-488-8000, or you can also reach us on the web at 3ninestech.com.